increased number of undocumented children arrested following illegal mining at Stilfontein has placed the issue of child labour under the spotlight or in sharp focus. The underage boys have been charged with trespassing and contravening the Immigration Act. These children are aged between 14 and 19 years old. Well, the Department of Social Development has stepped in to place them in places of safety. Let's speak to the CEO of Save the Children Now, Gugu, Xaba, who joins us live. Xaba, thank you so much indeed for your time. We do appreciate it. So child labour is a major concern in society in this particular instance. And I mean, what is of concern in particular of what we saw in Stilfontein is just not the issue of child labour, but what exactly else could be going on there at Stilfontein. Does trafficking come to mind?
Thank you very much, Griselda, for the question, and good afternoon to all of you. Look, what we are dealing with here is that children are found in a mine underground. And that tells you, even though we claim they took themselves there, you are not likely to find a child at 14 years old going into such a dangerous platform. There are adults, there are parents that are connected to this. And I'm sorry to say, because if parents had reported to a police station that there are children that are missing, we would know that parents are not involved. And the adults that were with these children underground could have trafficked them into that place. Right now, with social development, there are interpreters that were required to explain to the children some of the questions that are asked during the investigation, which tells you that some of the children are not from this country. So we are dealing with child labor and child trafficking, which are two serious child rights violations. Thank you.
Yeah, and I mean, the question that we beg to ask at the moment is exactly how many children are down there. Do we even know at this particular stage?
At this stage, Griselda, we know the children that have come out. We've got 23 to 27 children amongst the group of Zamazama miners that came out. And all children are between the ages of 14 to 27. We still remain with the question that says, how many children still remain down there? Because we know a lot of miners are still underground.
There's also the issue of their health status as well as psychosocial support that needs to be provided, as well as the places of safety and investigating exactly where they come from. We know that some of them, we understand, are from Mozambique.
Yes. Now, yes, Griselda, the investigation that Department of Health, Social Development is conducting has told us that we're dealing with children that are from Mozambique, Zimbabwe, Lesotho was also mentioned. Those are the countries that we have right now, and we've got the interpreters for these children. And now we are assessing the physical health status of those children. And obviously, it wasn't in good shape because they have been starving underground and they've been doing heavy-duty work. So there has been lack of safety and protection for these children. Then from there, the trauma that these children went through from the point of being trafficked into the country, into an environment where children do not stay, has also affected their mental status. And so that also is being monitored. And the other thing that we must say, honestly, separating a child from the parents immediately causes trauma. Putting them in an underground mine, an environment they're not used to, causes further trauma. So we will be dealing with post-traumatic disorder with these children, let alone other things that we don't know of right now that they experienced underground. Thank you.
Indeed, I did say, Xaba, the critical issue is not just finding these children, working there, but obviously we have to ask ourselves the question, is there something else illegal that is taking place there? I did mention trafficking a little bit earlier on, but what are some of the other concerns, I guess, that need to be investigated about what we found?
Definitely, definitely. We need to, and we've got the children who are witnesses from the point where they were collected to where they are now. So we need to take time, investigate, speak to the children properly, and give them the attention they need for them to give us the information we need in order to correct the wrong that has been done. Thank you.
Xaba, thank you very much indeed. We really do appreciate your time. Just giving us some insights into, the CEO of Save the Children, Gugu, Xaba, just telling us about, what processes, for example, could be following those children that were found, emerging from the Stilfontein mine there. A lot of investigations, of course, would also need to be done pertaining to their nationality, for example, and whether there is any other illegality that has been taking place there underground. I think we're going to Cape Town now, isn't it? Yes. On the latest on the 7 people we understand, according to the Western Cape Mobility Department, at least 7 people have died after a bus overturned on the N1 outside Worcester in the Boland. The department says 14 patients, 7 of them seriously, have been rushed to the Worcester Hospital. Rescue workers and traffic officials have been deployed to that scene. It's unclear at this particular stage what led to that incident. So further assessments, we also understand, are currently being conducted. All right, I'm trying to understand what my colleague is saying and where we're going and whether we have someone on the line that we will be speaking to. I think we're still trying to get hold of officials there in order to speak to them.